It's not a girl's fault because she's been raped. 80% of women who experienced gender-based violence during the last lockdown did not report. Statistics are not realistic. 1 out of 4 of our friends were in an abusive relationship. People did not have physical signs of abuse. They did not report. Men speak up and men talk to men. It will make a difference. No is no. And anything that doesn't sound like yes is no. And we should change the message that we give to girls. We need to not protect abusers any longer.
I think my very first experience of abuse, I was 4 years old, and it wasn't my abuse, it was what happened to my mom. This night, my mother and father were having an argument, and the next minute we were lying on the floor, my sister and I watching it. And the next minute just watching my dad throw my mother over the couch. And what was so shocking for me in the experience as a child was she was pregnant. I think what is so devastating as I look back on my life was being in relationship with adults who can't hold your voice. And so it was very, very clear at some point that me as a person, or my voice, my presence was not okay. I had to be something else. Only years later, like in my 30s, when I actually made a connection, like, wow, this is actually a reaction to my childhood in many ways. And I think that was only brought on when I adopted children. Because whatever it was that I was covering up, whatever pain or lack of personhood that I felt was there, or that I felt needed to be heard or seen, it's got everything to do with personhood. So if you violate a person's body, if you violate a little life, whether you violate that child sexually, emotionally, spiritually, physically, whatever you do to abuse a child, that there's something that's ripped out of a child's soul that no one can repair. And that ripping, which I realized for myself was the same thing that had happened to me, but I was only able to identify in that journey as I adopted, was if trust is ripped out of a person. So if a person gets to the place where they've been so physically violated, spiritually violated, emotionally violated, where they lose ability to connect with people properly because something inside of them is broken. So working with my children over the last 5 years, it's been a journey of realizing maybe we can't repair that, because it doesn't matter how much I love them, what I do for them, I can't fix that in them. But there's many days still that I battles that no one sees. It's an internal battle, because there's something of my personhood that was lost, and I'm not sure that I'll ever get it back. It seems to me at this point that you don't really fix it. And that's why we should be such activists, because you shouldn't break it in the first place. You shouldn't break someone in the first place, because once we break, it's very hard to put us back together again. And so the scary thing for me with COVID was, which I didn't think at the time, it's only in retrospect, that when you stick an abused person in a box and tell them they cannot move, you are setting off a trauma response in them that is just unbelievably big. So don't take away my control. I saw things, I've seen things, I'm aware of things currently, and I don't know what to do with it because it feels too big. And I think that's the overwhelm. So when I got a call from a social worker 2 weeks ago in Santa to say 3 children have been raped, can we bring them into our support group? I get overwhelmed because it just feels like it's getting worse. It feels like the world's more broken than it's ever been.